on Corey's case in Lego Party for not knowing that Seeing Other People is track 2 off of If You're Feeling Sinister. But if I may, that's just because I finally had someone to talk about Belle and Sebastian with, and I'm not talking about Beauty and the Beast and The Little Mermaid for once. And I was so excited to talk to my goat. Corey, what's your favorite track? Oh, it starts with the stars of track and field. What comes after that? Obviously, it's Seeing Other People. And then because he didn't know it, he got defensive. And he basically said, oh, I'm not neurotypical. Like he was literally, he said something that hurt my feelings. I said, I'm not even gonna, if he doesn't know that track 2 is the Charlie Brown piano Seeing Other People, because there's no skips on the first 7 tracks of If You're Feeling Sinister, there's no shot he's gonna know that the next track is Me and the Major. Let's put it that way. You said let's go track for track. It's literally called male bonding, okay? Also, it bummed me out. Two things bummed me out. One, it bummed me out to find out Corey's a playlist guy and not an album guy. Because us old heads, like, we're going extinct. And I have respect for sequencing in music. Secondly, it bummed me out that he didn't clock the Helplessness Blues reference from Fleetwood Foxes when Corey's literally the only guy I know in real life that's ever been to a Fleet Foxes concert. And how do you go to a Fleet Foxes concert and not know Helplessness Blues? That's like one of their top 2 songs, and I don't think it's number 2. I think that's number 1. Hold. Now we got to put a rush on this one, by the way. I got to be at Jackbox in 37 minutes. Mykonos number 1? I don't know, man. Helplessness Blues. Well, you know what? You might be the type of beast who wants to go to Greece instead of working in an orchard till you're sore. Nobody wants to work in an orchard till they're sore these days. What did I miss? Where's Mandate of Heaven? Nah, Unk's posting like David Diggs as Thomas Jefferson in Act 2 of Hamilton. You thought I wouldn't notice? You thought I wouldn't notice. He says that? He says, what did I miss? Virginia, my home sweet home, I want to give you a kiss. Freaky ass 3rd president of the United States. Freaky ass racist. Who's he talking to? The only person I can relate to, apparently, myself. Where's my item room? You're having a hell of a day? You'd be having a little tizzy too if you found out that your equally aged friend, your only peer on this website, was a play all shuffle sort of guy instead of letting the tracks go in the order that the artists and producers decided to put them in. Like, that shit is shaking me down to my fucking core, man. Blame it on Spotify? Well, I have to give it up to Corey, because when I was eating lunch yesterday, I was watching him watch TikTok videos, and you got to remember, I don't know any of these people. I think it was a TikTok named Dr. Parkinstein, and it's a young guy in North Carolina, I think, who lives very faithfully to the early 20th century lifestyle. Like, his apartment is all turn of the century furniture, and he has like a gas-powered stove. That's normal. A gas-powered refrigerator. Like, he has a Tesla coil in his house that he uses to perform experiments with the oscilloscope and stuff like that. And then he plays the worst piano of all time. Oh man. He does drive a 1920s Model T. He's a very interesting character. I was taking it out. It was taking me out the video where he x-rays his own hand. He just shoots like literal x-rays out of a bulb against his hand and like a sheet of carbon paper and stuff like that. And then The X-ray exposure time is like 45 seconds, so he's got to tank the radiation for like 45 seconds. I was loving it, man. This is crazy. Look at my dentist, bro. He's also laughing. He's just giving his apartment tour. He's like, "This is my apartment. This is a picture of me in a true 1890s style." And then he goes over to his dining room table, and he like flicks a switch, and a big metal rod just starts shooting lightning bolts out of it. And he doesn't talk about it at all. No, it's crazy, man. He lives alone. He rents an upstairs, like the top half of a house from his grandparents. It's very crazy, man, but very cool. And then Chad was saying that he used to work at a hotel, a hotel that burned down under mysterious circumstances. And so I don't know how true this is because it is from Twitch Chad. He worked at a hotel that burned down under mysterious circumstances, and somehow, they're not sure how, but somehow he got the insurance money. Very, very interesting guy Corey introduced me to. I mean, interesting in all senses of the word. In the positive and the less than positive, but more positive than you'd think. He's a character. I'll take this. I don't. Yes! Also, it was taking me out. The most interesting wrinkle, I thought, was that he has a TV from the 1920s. So the TV is like, it's as big as like a couch, but the screen is like 2 inches big. But when he turned on the TV, bro was and it's black and white. When he turned on the TV, he was watching Bates Motel. And I was like, of all he's gone through all this trouble to get like period-specific furniture and appliances and attire and vehicles, like all this stuff that's like so inconvenient in the modern day. But like they have movies from the 1920s, man. Why can't you just be watching like, you know, Fritz Lang movies and stuff like that? Instead, you're watching Bates Motel? Like it just seems like an interesting wrinkle to me. To be like, I'm all in on the 20th century, or on the late 19th, early 20th century, but I really, really can't get rid of 2010s TV. Like for Breaking Bad or whatever, I get it, but... all movies from back then are dull? Yeah, but like, you can catch me like watching Metropolis and using an electric refrigerator instead of watching Bates Motel and filling up my refrigerator with a propane tank, man. Like, that's insane. Fuck Walt Jr. Yeah, all my homies hate Walt Jr. Anyway. That's all I got. That's all I got. That's my interaction with culture yesterday. You got Flynn's knife right now? I don't know why that's funny, but it's humorous. Always thought his name was Finn. Nah, man, you got it confused with Adventure Time, man. Finn's the dog. I'm just trolling you. Yeah, I'll take this. Am I alive? I'm alive. I think I should get the Satanic Bible. Is that the shit that Solomon Rushdie wrote? Bacon pancakes, let's fucking go. That had us in a stranglehold in 2012, man. Take the bacon and we put it in the pancakes. Bacon pancakes, that's what I want to make. Bacon pancakes. To the tune of Empire State of Mind. It's better than the original song, but that ain't saying too much. It's extremely Quirk Chungus. It might be the most Quirk Chungus thing you could possibly have. Which is not all Quirk Chungus is bad. I don't want you to be out here saying like you should live your life to never be Quirk Chungus. You can be Quirk Chungus about things that you're really passionate about. You just can't be like Quirk Chungus about like a graphic t-shirt and maintain any sort of credibility, but that's fine. I mean, we got bigger problems. Give me that. That could be big. I'm drowsy. Is this good? To be Quirk Chungus is to be free? No, that's not fair. That's a incomplete heuristic. To be Quirk Chungus is to be free if you have innate Quirk Chungusness. I have a more... I don't know, a more... What word am I looking for here? Stay it or stole it? I have a more flat demeanor. I find myself not getting giddy often. Grounded? Well, I think grounded has like a different sort of context. It's more about like, you know, the way you live your life. Demure? I don't think I'm demure. I think I have a certain amount of... I have a brazenness. I have a braggadociousness from time to time. Okay, so long story short, you guys are not good thesauruses, and that's fine. Most of you are probably software engineers, project managers, etc., etc. But it's not even close to depressed. I have a flat affect, but it's not as a result of any kind of dysthymia. You guys don't know anything, is what I'm trying... What I'm trying to say is, you think that if someone is not being Quirk Chungus, they're repressing an innate characteristic that emanates from within. That's not the case. I don't have much innate Quirk Chungusness within me. And I think that it's incredibly sad to pretend to be Quirk Chungus. To be inauthentically Quirk Chungus because you're like, this person knows that I love Star Wars and holy shit, that's Luke. Like, that's a sad story. YouTubers? I'm not gonna, well, no. I wouldn't go that far. But that's probably fair, but that's only fair because everybody's a YouTuber these days. Even our podiatrists got YouTube channels now, man, but... Moving on. If you want to be Quirk Chungus, you can be Quirk Chungus. But definitely the best time to be Quirk Chungus, and obvious... Sorry, this is becoming like an annoying bit, but I can't stop. The best time to be Quirk Chungus was definitely like 2000 and... I'm going to say 2006. There weren't many Quirk Chunguses. Nerds were still a maligned subgroup of the high school caste system, but not to the same extent that they were in the 80s where they were getting their teeth kicked in. The Star Wars, Revenge of the Sith had only recently come out. Snakes on a Plane had come out that summer. It was I think it was a good time to be Quirk Chungus. That was a time back then you would be like, oh my god. I'm so different than the other guys. I find a girl with glasses cute. I'm not like the other guys. All the other guys prefer when girls have good vision. I'm a little quirky. I like redheads with glasses. And people would be like, holy shit, I didn't know that people that strange existed. I didn't know that was a kind of person that could exist, man. If you weren't there, you won't understand, but I'm telling you it was true. I was there in 2006 when Mythbusters was on. In Cologne. Fuck. That was when everyone had a crush on Zooey Deschanel? No, bro. That shit started bigly after 500 Days of Summer, which was like 2008. You got your years confused, man. Now, for you, those years are like very similar because you weren't alive. For me, those years are... There's a decade between 2006 and 2008. Hold. I was in middle school, Unk. Skill difference. She is Quirk Chungus, though? I don't know, I never watched New Girl. I did see the happening, though. Yeah, you're right. We don't say Manic Pixie Dream Girl all that often anymore. Charlie Kaufman, kind of like the Oppenheimer of Manic Pixie Dream Girls. My Latrope, sorry, I'm trying to... What if Charlie Kaufman was Oppenheimer? Imagine, man. We are Charlie Kaufman. What if Charlie Kaufman was Groot, bro? Actually, to be honest, it's kind of like how adaptation worked, although one of them was Donald Kaufman. My coworker's still out here saying Lasai. What's crazy is that, like, and don't take this the wrong way. Sometimes people will say, like, this kind of person doesn't exist anymore. They do still exist. It's just, you know, the same way, like, your parents one day, they picked you up and put you down and then never picked you up again. It's the same way with, like, the internet. Like, you'll see people on the internet for, like, 20, 30 years, and then one day they just start doing other shit, and you don't see them, like, posting anymore. And as a result, they're not in your field of view, and you just assume they don't exist. No, they're out here, like, working at insurance offices and stuff like that, man. They're out here working at insurance offices, like, wearing the Harry Potter scarf, because they ain't got internet, and saying Lasai. That's sad? It's not sad, it's actually very good for them. That's most people. Most people are Lasai. Give me that. First take a nap and then fire the missiles. Now that shit's never going out of style. I'm really a theater kid waiting for my big break, though. Please take this in good faith, because it's meant in good faith. On the Disney cruise, I always wonder if that's like, and I mean this sincerely, I always wonder, because the people involved in the entertainment team on a Disney cruise are all theater kids. I always wonder, of course, I'm sure they all want to be either on Broadway or in movies or TV. But is it like a backup where you go, hey, this is pretty good? Or is it like a backup where you go, fuck, my life is over? Because it takes a lot of work, man. Even though the stage shows are for general audiences, like you're not doing like the classics necessarily. You're doing like a 1 hour version of like Aladdin or something like that. You got to rehearse your butt off. Plus you got to do like some acrobatics and shit. Like, well, that bitch is turbulent, you know? Like you're doing some serious gymnastics, regardless of how stormy the seas are. It's kind of amazing. I always wonder if it's like, if it's a melancholy role, or if it's a like an aspirational role. But then I think that the way that it works is that probably once you're in the ecosystem, at first you might be like, damn, I don't really know if I want to be Aladdin on the Disney cruise. But when you get the role of like Aladdin's friend, I bet you're like, I'm gonna fucking get the role of Aladdin. It's my lifelong goal to get the role of Aladdin. Hold. Girl on my floor had an internship at a Disney park and she wanted to die. That was not my best movement there. Well, honestly, if you're one of the people at the Disney parks where your job is to ask a group of people how many people are in their group and then direct them on which car to go, I could easily see how that would cause you to lose faith in humanity. Because the average person doesn't know how many people are in their group, which is crazy. And then the cast members are always like, go to car 3, and then they just walk wherever they want, and they have to go, I said car 3, sir. Like, they have to correct people nonstop. I could totally understand how you would become more misanthropic from doing that day in and day out. Help. I forgot I even had this item, man. I don't even have any keys. Is the front car car 0 or car 1? Bro, this is the United States of America in 2025. They have numbers on the floor. Like, I think they tried that shit in, like, 1957 when the park opened, and they went, we ain't ready for that one yet. They've got painted numbers on the floor. This ain't MATLAB. This is Epcot. We clown in this MF. MATLAB starts at 1. Okay, Lua ass. You know what? Just how much do we got? We got 18 minutes. Yeah, man. Yeah, we're going in. The hell is that? Spawned like 8 Terminators on me at the same time. How do you know about Lua? I don't know anything about Lua except that it indexes at 1 and Isaac is made in it. Or at least Rebirth is made in it. Pretty sure original Isaac was made with vacuum tubes and flashcards. And it shows. But I guess it was also developed in like 3 days or something, which is crazy. So does MATLAB? Yeah, I think someone mentioned that. The box of damn scraps. Optimus by Tess Lua. That's what it's all about, man. Anybody put their Optimus by Tess Lua deposit down? I've been putting my deposits down in Canadian dollars and withdrawing them in American dollars for 6 months now. Elon doesn't know he's actually my foreign exchange broker. He's offered me a secured line of credit for whatever I put in as collateral plus 30%. He's kind of a bro that way. Got my dividend check the other day, about 5,000 Lambos. That's what it's all about. That's me on Apple Dividend Day with my 10 shares that I bought in 2021. Ooh, $2.14 US has just been deposited in your brokerage account? Damn! It's me when the Papa Dough hits. That's what I'm saying, man. That's what I'm saying. TFW, the Papa Dough hits your account. When the fajitas come out sizzling? Yeah. Is there like a YouTube... listen, I didn't create this evil, by the way. I'm merely thinking that, like, if someone's been hurt, we should at least be able to get some entertainment out of it. Is there like a YouTube compilation of servers dropping sizzling fajita trays? How often are there fajita accidents? Well, I honestly feel like there's probably 800,000 to 2 million restaurants that serve fajitas, and then the fajitas are going to be one of the most popular items on the menu, and everyone is filming everything at all times. There must be at least 10 fajita-related food service industry accidents every single day. I don't know how many of those are going to get reported, because mostly it'll just be like a superficial kind of like burn on the arm, I'd imagine, but... I know I've said this before. I should wait until Apollo's here, because he loves it too, but the time we were at PAX East and we went to a fondue restaurant, and we were sitting at our table, and we just heard the loudest, longest crashing sound of all time, and then it turns out the kitchen was downstairs, and one of the servers had like fallen down the stairs holding a bunch of fondue. This is probably like one of the most horrific possible food service related incidents you could have outside of like a Canadian TV ad where the lady pours boiling hot oil on herself. There was a bit of a belly laugher, but you shouldn't be opening a fondue restaurant with the kitchen in the bottom, man. Or at least you need like a dumbwaiter or something. Can't be having people carrying cauldrons of boiling cheese up those. And you know this was Boston, so those stairs were fucking old as fuck. They were built for like the physiques that people had in like 1871. Those were not like modern Floridian stairs, man. You know what was crazy though? Watching a little bit of DBJ streaming found footage, and he played the Canadian acne ad where the guy says people think I eat too many chocolate bars, and then realizing, oh my god, this is the first time I've ever seen found footage that I didn't find it, but I saw that on TV probably like 5,000 times when I was a kid. Of course we want this. You know, listen, Mark AL4, you don't have to tell me to take a dark bum. I've been playing this game since you were knee-high to a grasshopper. Here's a T-Rex. Yeah. Everybody, nobody's good at everything. Everybody's good at something. Mom, Aiden cut me in half again. Yes, man. Yes. Yes. We need to talk more about PJ Phil, man. VIP Daniel, you got me thinking about PJ Phil and the Gamers Show. It's been a long time since I thought about that. Nobody fucking fucks with Nicholas Picholas from Video and Arcade Top 10 anymore. Americans cover your ears. Can you believe Americans didn't have Video and Arcade Top 10, man? The greatest show on TV, where you could win a Super Nintendo game and a KFC chicken sandwich by grabbing a ping pong ball out of a garbage can. And then had the greatest theme song of all time. My brother won Super Metroid from Letter Time once. It's Letter Time, it's Letter Time. Dude, if we finish this run fast enough, let's watch some Video and Arcade Top 10. There's no shot that shit is getting Content ID match. Fuck, on Monday we should just watch 5 hours of Video and Arcade Top 10. Fuck! It's on YouTube. Hi, YouTube. Go fast, go fast! I'll be flying on Monday with a baby. Any advice? Well, okay, the first question would be, how old's your baby? The second thing I would say is it doesn't matter how old your baby is. You're gonna be fine. And I think I would like chat to back me up here. Anybody who complains about a baby crying on a flight is a baby. Like, they're just addicted to arguing. Babies gotta travel sometimes. They gotta see grandparents. They gotta see cousins. They don't have that much else going on. Every flight that I've ever been on has had a baby, and every single one of them has been totally fine. Everybody on the airplane has headphones. Exactly. If you don't have headphones at this point, it's kind of your fault. You can't bring your baby on a 12-hour flight? Sorry, that's where great-grandma lives. So yes, you can. Yeah, you absolutely can. Don't listen to this person. They live in a fantasy land. Of course you can take your baby on like any flight, except for Avatar Flight of Passage at Animal Kingdom. I think you gotta be like 116 centimeters tall or something. Which is a shame, because if you're like 2, that ride would go even crazier, but... That's a really good ride. I know that's one that people cry after they get off of it, for sure. You got nothing to worry about. If the main stress for you, don't worry about the stress of being judged. Because anybody who judges, I'm sorry to say this, I genuinely believe this. Obviously I'm biased, but so are you. I don't think too many people out there that have kids are going like, I hate when babies cry on a flight. And if they are, they're losers. So, like, I would say, first off, dispense with the idea that you're gonna not bother people on the flight. You don't control whether or not your baby cries, you know? Anybody who's like, why don't you stop that baby from crying, has never interfaced with a baby for like more than 5 seconds. It cries, you comfort it. It's still crying, you try to give it some food. If it doesn't eat the food, then you're like, fuck, I'm out of ideas. That's pretty much it, you know? Now we just tank it. So if it happens, it happens. You don't really have control over that. Focus on packing that carry-on. What do you need in that carry-on? Diapers. You need diapers. You need wet wipes. You might need formula. You might need formula because depending on the flight, the milk situation might be untenable. You might need their favorite snacks, maybe some rusks or something like that. But can I be honest with you? Something happened in the 2010s. Like maybe viral posts that are like, wow, what a nice gesture. A woman brought a baby on our flight, and she gave everybody in our cabin headphones and snacks. Don't do that. Welcome to society. You will inconvenience some people, and people will inconvenience you. That's what you fucking signed up for when you were born. The end. You don't have to do that shit. You don't have to give everybody a free gift on the airplane. That's insane. Also, your baby is probably, just given the demographic shift in the United States, your baby paying taxes is probably going to support like 15 nonagenarians. So they should literally say thank you for like having a child. Yes, your child is briefly inconveniencing me, but in 50 years, society is going to be like 85% people who are over the age of 75. And thank you for producing an individual that has a chance to be productive and help us maintain some standard of quality of living. Isn't this the opposite of your normal, we can't have anything in polite society argument? No, it's not. It's exactly cogent and coherent with that argument, because a baby crying is not impolite. A baby crying is what babies do. Like, I don't get mad at a dog for barking. When I see the owner go, shh, I'm like, what are you doing? It doesn't speak English. It's just what they do, man. I don't get mad at the clouds when it rains. I pack an umbrella. Do you though? No, I got good rain gear, so I just wear it. Guys, I don't think we're gonna have time for video in Arcade Top 10, I'm sorry to say. That's gonna have to wait for Monday. Things only parents will say for 100. Oh, fuck. Things only, I'm owned, man. Why don't they make the world easier for childless individuals? Oh wait, like, you just get on the plane, put your headphones on. It couldn't be any easier than that. Turn up the volume a little bit. Yeah, you know what? You were the fucking baby, bro. The only time you were more annoying than being a baby crying on an airplane is when you were like 12 years old swearing for the first time and then laughing because you thought nobody heard you. Bro, we all heard you. It did not sound natural coming out of your mouth. And you know what? I was part of that great cycle as well. I just have the fortune of it being before you guys were born, so I get to act like I never went through those, growing pains. That's what you do. You're basically, especially, let's be real, kids are annoying, even if they're your kid, until they're like 25. Not always, but especially to strangers. So getting older is accepting that society has already paid you, they've given you credit, and now you spend the rest of your life giving credit to other people to repay the debt so that you can die with a 0 on the balance sheet. It's that simple. We made concessions for you that you were not conscious of. That doesn't mean that we didn't do it, though. And now you're out here not extending a hand of gratitude to the next generation? That's very inconsiderate, brother. Try as you might, you will leave this world having had an impact on it, plus or minus. You're not going to pass through like something coated in Olestra oil, okay? And if you're at the age where you're legally able to be typing in my chat without getting banned by the Twitch AI, you're at the age where you can start to consider making it better consciously instead of just trying to avoid making it worse. You motherfucker, you. Okay, 1 second. Put me in the chest here. Video and arcade top 10. Video and arcade top 10. This was the YouTube of game previews and reviews in the 90s. YouTube video and arcade top 10 number 308. Oh my god, it's their own YouTube channel. Let me slash marker this in case this gets content ID matched. That's the Discord. 1 second. I'm in the wrong ass window here.